This episode of Later with Jason Suel brought to you by Cheerios,
one of the oldest cereals,
the Walmart Museum,
one of the oldest retailers,
Old Buildings LLC,
they're old,
and the Elder Company.
Not just for old people.
Jason, hey, what are you doing at my podium?
Nothing, man. I'm just trifling around.
No, well, we don't have time for that. We'll do it later. Get out here. Stay away from my stuff.
Dance like the moves that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, a man that's all about that bass and no trifle, Jason Suel!
Everybody, welcome to Later with Jason Suel. Hey, the band is looking a little bit different back there. Garrett's joining us, huh?
Oh, it sounded better, too.
It sounded better. Way better. We love this guy. Where's Owen? Oh, my gosh. Hey, it's so great to have you along. We got a fantastic episode lined up. I'm not going to talk too much because I want to get to our content today. Let me tell you what we got going on. We've got the Truman Rail Boys joining us later on the program. The band, the Truman Rail Boys. Round of applause for those guys. Yeah. I like their sound. But this is interesting. A friend of mine just had brain surgery. He's an artist, local artist. He's in the region, named Dayton Castleman, joining us on the program. Dayton Castleman, everybody. Another couple of interesting bits we got going on. I went out in the community and filmed a segment with my good friend Lisa Brentz. Lisa Brentz goes by the handle of NWA Beer Snob. She's a beer connoisseur here. We headed over to Craft Brewery and tested some brews out there. So you're going to want to pay attention to that segment. Lisa Brentz joining us in the program. Lisa,
awesome.
Yeah,
He likes beer. He likes beer.
Yeah, beer. Lisa. Speaking of food, man, we have a chef. Tammy Varney joining us, culinary chef. Hey, Tammy, what are you making for us?
Hey, Jason, I brought some strawberry blueberry trifle today.
Oh my gosh, strawberry blueberry trifle. Bo, what do you think about that? Oh my gosh, this guy, he's loving it. I'm loving it. And right now, we're going to send it over to my good friend, Mr. Jonald Farf. Jonald Farf, our man on the street, doing an interview for us. And stick around right after that for more on Later.
She makes cake with fresh berries. Her name is Tammy. It's not Gary.
Hi, I'm Jonald Farf. We're here at the segment Fashionably Great. We're going to be doing it for Jason Suel's show, Jason Suel TV. Going to be checking it out. And we're going to be asking a bunch of interview questions at the owner of Fifi Boutique. I just found out I got rejected from grad school today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Come on back to the pool. And this is Fashionably Great, and I'm here to interview Kylie Pinlado.
It's actually Penalto.
And she runs the Fifi Boutique. And how do you pronounce your name? Already covered it. Okay. And what do you sell?
We sell swimwear mostly, some lingerie, and sleepwear.
Okay, sleepwear. So, like just sleeping bags and tents and.
No, like pajamas, robes, things like that.
This has been a hard week for me. My mom disappeared 112 hours ago, so they're still looking for her.
Usually after 48 hours, her chances go down. So.
Okay, next question. So Kylie, tell me, please, are we going to do it? We get to see some of the stuff that you make at the place and where you sell it?
Yes, actually, one of our suits my friend Sarah is wearing.
Huh?
She's beautiful, right?
I didn't even know there's people back there.
Has on a gorgeous For Love and Lemons bikini. It has light white lace detailing with ruffles on the top and bottom. It's full coverage on the bottom. This is definitely one of our best sellers this season.
And I would want to be possessive of this next piece that we're going to see. It is a beautiful sleepwear that is brought to you by Fifi's.
It's actually not sleepwear. It is another swimsuit
Can
worn
sleep
by
in.
our friend Tori. It is a gorgeous blush color, which is a hot color for this season.
Yes.
It also has the lace detailing, smaller than the last one, on the bust area and the
She got it really close. Oh yeah. Are these too big?
No, they're high-waisted.
So these are all. So it's you guys just have plus size clothes, or you do?
We do have some plus-size swimwear, but as you can see, our friend Tori is wearing a small.
Right. Yes. Me too. Okay. Is she still behind me?
She is.
Okay, just help me out. I'm trying to send this to grad schools.
I don't think you're gonna make it.
This is so stupid. Did somebody drown in that? Is that deep enough to drown it?
You could.
This is John Farr from signing off. Okay, so signing off, this is John Farr with Fashionably Great. Going back to you in the studio, Jason. Goodbye. This interview's been a slam dunk. Oh!
I've got a string to pluck for you. And I've got a string to pluck for you.
Hey everybody, welcome back Later with Jason Suel. You know, one of the things we really like to do on this program is to highlight the talents of the individuals in Northwest Arkansas, whatever age they are. And joining us now, Mr. Liam Odell, a young person in Northwest Arkansas, and he is picking up a lot of accolades, a lot of awards, being recognized both locally and nationally for his playing on this here bass. So in the spirit that we're in the summer and that we're outdoors and listening to perhaps symphonies or orchestras in the park this summer, I invited Liam to come along to play his bass for us. So you're gonna play Sonata 2 by Benito Marcello. Is that right? Yes. Yeah, awesome. Big round of applause for Liam, everybody. Liam O'Dell, everybody.
I am
Thanks, Liam.
certainly ready for a picnic.
Absolutely outstanding. Stick around. We got a lot more fun stuff coming up right now, right here on Later.
I've got a string to pluck with you. And I've got a string to pluck with you.
Where's the recycle bin?
Sir, missing recycle bin is sector Q.
Send in Recycle Team 6.
Sector Q.
Roger.
Report.
Each tree dies with majestic grace.
Negative contact.
Found it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No, ma'am. Thank you for recycling something.
Recycle something because it's cool.
That was the third time this week.
That day changed my life. We had received a frantic phone call about a missing recycle bin.
I was the one that made the call that night. I had done the thing where I'd retraced my steps 1,000 times, but I still couldn't find the recycling bin.
I was in charge from HQ that night, and I knew. As soon as I heard her voice, I knew. This is serious. We needed to send Recycle Team 6 to their location, stat.
We get calls like this all the time, but this one was different.
It was a 4-alarm call. We got the call from the Bigs, and then before I knew it, we were flying in. And we knew it was big, because they called me in. I'm the fly guy. I'm the one that flies. And then after he found it, he just said it. You know? He just said it.
And he just said the simple phrase, "Thank you for recycling something."
And I thought that was it, right there. It's the start of something.
The statistics are incredible. The data has revealed that if you thank someone for recycling, they're 115% more likely to recycle again, and there's a 3 out of 2 chance that they will recycle again after that.
Turns out, thanking people for something is just essential.
Turns out it's just a common courtesy.
It's a common courtesy.
It's a common courtesy. And after that day, well, it kind of became a craze.
Thank you for recycling something. 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 Good morning. Got 3 steps.
Statistically, exposure to the recycle effort grew exponentially. You are now 265% more likely to see a Recycle Something logo in the general public. People are wearing stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, it's on koozies. It's a phenomenon.
I still have my koozie.
Well, personally, I would never have believed it. But thanking people was what made the difference. It's what made this mission successful.
No, ma'am. Thank you for recycling something.
No, ma'am, thank you for recycling something.
Feels good. No, ma'am, thank you for recycling something.
No, ma'am. Thank you for recycling something. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome, Later with Jason Suel. You know what? Joining me here, Dayton Castleman. Dayton, it's, can you shake my hand? Make me feel important. Oh my God.
I like that you had to
Dayton
ask
Castleman.
me.
I know.
Can you please touch me?
Touch me. Museum manager at 21C Museum Hotel in Bentonville, and you're an artist as well. So I've been wanting to have you on the show for a while to talk about your art and to talk about your transition to Northwest Arkansas. So maybe let's start there. How did you get here?
It was a last-minute bold decision to escape the grind of Chicago. Right. I think we had a growing family, and we're interested in trying to find a place where living was a little easier.
And we're thankful that you're here, all the things you have going on, and you know what you do, the art you bring to the area. Another guy that I know who's been actually kicking it around these parts for a while is my good friend Instagrandpa. Yeah, you know this guy. He stays in a cabin out in the woods. Instagrandpa, do you have any insight maybe to Dayton here? Moved to the area, you know, recently, the last 5 years, an artist. What do you have to say to this guy?
Hey there, Dayton. It's nice to meet you. You know, you start talking about art. Art is nothing but it's nature around you, and I live out in it, boy. And it's always gotten me into a lot of trouble. Really, some of the art that I've accidentally made, people misunderstood it or took it the wrong way. You know, I've painted a lot of saw blades and picturesque scenes of deer running, and then I'll draw something to maybe a little picture of my neighbor, draw a picture of cooter, and I try to be honest. The artists have to be honest, and you know, he didn't like the way he looked.
It was the through the window painting, I think, that made him the most upset,
sure.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Trying to catch people off guard in real moments is what I try to do, and it doesn't always work out for me, but I respect you. I respect what you do.
I appreciate that, Instagram. Instagrandpa.
He's cool now, you know. We're trying to make him hip to the youngsters. So a couple of things I want to make sure that we talk about. One is your art specifically, but another thing, I know this is a huge kind of monumental life thing for you, and your brain. And your brain surgery recently. I mean, and how those things intersect as well. So fill us in.
How do I weave that into the story? It's very simple. About a year ago, I had some heart palpitations, and I went into the hospital, and they took a picture of my brain, and they came back and they said, "Your heart
We
is."
can enhance him. We have the technology.
That's right. You're eligible for an upgrade. They said, your heart's fine, but you have a small brain tumor in the center of your brain. It's a benign tumor, but one that's in a very bad spot. So that sort of began a year of introspection,
of course,
bit of fear, and then it eventually kind of came around. I went to Northwest Arkansas Neurological Associates and had a great surgeon, Brandon Evans, and he went in there March 28th and took it out. So, and I feel really good for 2 months later.
Yeah,
so.
You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Upgraded.
I'm very grateful for
2.0.
that.
Dayton 2.0.
Great, very great. Yeah.
We were talking about your stop sign piece a little bit earlier, and the significance and the layers in that piece. I mean, maybe you could just walk us through that.
That's a work that I did. It's been rolling around in my head for several years, and it is inspired by the language of Braille. Of course, it's this tactile language that allows the blind to read, and recognize that, growing up in the South, I grew up in New Orleans, and have traveled a bit through the South, that it's not uncommon to see some sort of road sign in a rural area shot full of holes. So I had this idea to take various street signs, but to start with a stop sign, and perforate it, shoot it with bullet holes, but shoot those in a perfectly configured braille formation that spelled the word stop. That was just the sign itself. One of the things that I wasn't sure about was what size to make the bullets, and when I found out that this little tumor in my head was 9 millimeters, I thought that would be very appropriate.
It was a sign.
It personalized it a little bit.
Sign.
Yeah, I became a bit more personally invested in the concept, because it can be a little bit of a dry concept in one sense. That made it personal. And and then I just devised a way, went out in the woods, 9 millimeter, and shot it
some
up.
holes in a
But
sign.
it turned out really well.
And if people could, I know you have a couple public displays of art right now. People in the region can go and see your art. Where can they go? Where can they find
The really just one right now, but there are a couple in the hopper. The Three Feathers is a sculpture that I made that's in downtown Bentonville. Again, it was a private developer, and there was this 60-foot CB radio pole on the property. Of course, CB radio's gone the way of the dodo because of mobile phone technology. And they were no longer using this pole, but you've got this property that they're redeveloping, and it's got this just pole sitting there. At some point I was just looking at it and I thought, if you put 3 feathers on top of it, it looks like a giant arrow shaft sticking point down to the ground. Yeah. And then outlined it with neon to make it more like a beacon, like a navigational sort of thing. And that's the fun thing about being in an environment that is so centered around business. You've got these major corporations that inhabit the area, and to learn how to navigate as an artist, how do I continue to do what I want to do? Because I still want to be an artist when I grow up, but do so in a way that's shrewd and takes advantage of this sort of economic situation that we have here in Northwest Arkansas.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty good.
So think about this. We've done this with all of our guests now. We need to know what your spirit animal is. What's the spirit animal there of Dayton Castleman? We've had some good ones so far.
There's a structure in the backyard that I refer to as Turtle Max. It's
where you keep all your prisoner turtles?
Yeah, it's like
it's like the Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's like the Alcatraz of turtle enclosures, because I learned turtles they've been around for a million years for a reason. They are prehistorically smart animals. Like stick falls into the pen, like red alert, run the sirens, because they'll figure out a way to use that stick to get out.
Yeah.
They'll whittle it into a key and
they're
unlock
amazing.
the door.
Yeah. So I like their ingenuity, and they're pretty sharp animals.
So it's the turtle then?
Yeah.
Specific turtle?
Three-toed box turtles. These are the ones you find in the woods. Try not to hit with your car, hopefully.
Three-toed box turtle here for Dayton. Dayton, thanks so much for joining us on the show.
I'm going to shake your hand this time.
Yes, shake my hand this time.
I thought you were
gesturing towards you.
Dayton Castleman.
Yeah, there he is.
sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dayton Castleman. Round of applause for Dayton.
Flat hand.
Thank you, Dayton. Thank you. Hey, so folks, right now we're going to go to a segment recently. My good friend Lisa Brentz, who goes by the handle here in Northwest Arkansas of NWA Beer Snob. She knows a few things about beer. Her and I sat down at a local craft brewery, and we filmed this segment, so take a look. Hey folks, on this site-specific segment, we're at Fossil Cove in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm joined by Lisa Brentz, who has the handle of NWA Beer Snob. What's happening?
This is Fossil Cove. This is my neighborhood joint, I walk over here.
Which is why we're here, right? This is your people.
Exactly. I walk here a lot. I ride my bike here a lot. And I hang out here a lot with my beer tasting club. Yeah, we're called the Demon Cobras. We just call it DC, and we get together. It's just a bunch of dudes, a few ladies and myself.
Nice.
And we get together, we drink some beers, we talk about the beers. We may or may not also incorporate like some artisanal fish sauce or candy or other bizarro things from time to time.
I love the sound of this. I wish I was there for artisanal
Invite only. I'm sorry.
fish sauce.
The beer is better than the fish sauce.
Okay, good.
No doubt about it. Beer is a community thing. It
is,
really is.
Totally. And it has definitely brought our community here in Northwest Arkansas with all these breweries popping up.
Oh, absolutely.
Definite community feel. And what I love is that each little pub, each little brewery has its own kind of identity, right?
It does have its own identity. It has its own regular crowd.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about Cheers or something to that effect. Each brewery has that. They all have these little tap rooms. They all have the characters that you expect. And then there are some of us characters who float around among all the different ones between the bars and places like Puritan, places like 21C has good beers. You know, I mean, just anywhere we go, we just try to find something that's artisanal, it tastes good. We talk about the labels, we talk about the stories behind where the beer came from. We talk about who made it, we talk about who's drinking it. And so it is very exciting to have not just new and different things popping up regularly, but the fact that it's made here, the fact that the people are from here, the fact that it's their way of giving back to the community. This is art.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, art is one of my other main interests. This is art. This is, science. This is a lot of things. And it has been a huge progression from, I can't even tell you, maybe 2011 to now.
I totally
just in
agree.
the last 2 years. Think of how many places have, New Province in Rogers is brand new. Columbus House just celebrated its first anniversary. Bentonville Brewery is about to celebrate an anniversary. It's very exciting. And it used to be kind of concentrated in Fayetteville, and now it's sprinkled out. It's in Bentonville, it's in Rogers, it's in Springdale, it's in Lowell. And that's so exciting because Northwest Arkansas is not just about Fayetteville anymore. It's a community.
We've grown.
It's a region. And to me, I always used to think I was a Fayetteville person. No, I'm a Northwest Arkansas person,
right?
Because this is our metro, this is our city, this is our community, and it is so exciting to have friends through beer in other places.
Yeah.
It's cool to walk up. I mean, when we walk inside here, I give a hug to everyone I see.
Right.
It's very endearing, and it feels really good to be a part of this community.
So here's my final question for you is, we're at Fossil Cove tonight. Would you be willing to do this again at another beer place in Northwest Arkansas?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Oh, great.
As long as you're buying.
I know.
I'll do it every night.
Hey, only for her. I'm buying Fossil Cove. Thanks so much for being here tonight, and I can't wait to the next time we see you at a different beer spot in Northwest Arkansas.
I'll be around. You'll find me at the breweries.
The sights and sounds from my neck of the woods to yours. This is Site Specific.
Thanks. Hey, welcome back to Later with Jason Suel. I'm over here with the Chef Tammy Varney, joining us. Now, this is your second time on the show.
Yeah.
So you must have done something right.
I'm so honored to be back.
I
didn't screw it up that bad.
No, you didn't. The last time you were here, we had an artist who was here, and he was drawing on what you were creating, like the icing you were making, I think, right?
Carlson was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was absolutely a super fun time, and this looks amazing. So what have you brought?
Yeah.
I mean, what's happening?
I don't think we even need to assemble this. I think we just need to dig in.
It's like a buffet, right? This is a kind of an old-fashioned dessert called a trifle. Hey,
food inspector. Just making
make sure it's all right.
It is.
It's basically like we call it a trifle where I grew up. I grew up in Northern California. So basically there's a couple of ingredients that you want to have together, but it's a layered dessert. Think of it as a cake and fruit lasagna.
I see, okay, yeah. So we're already starting here. Is this our base layer?
Yeah, we're starting with some cake. And you don't have to bake your own. You can if you want to, but
Did you bake that?
I did not bake this. I bought it.
See?
Well,
See, even the
but
pros.
It's okay. The pros do it.
Start out with a little bit of cake. You don't want to cut it into cubes, but you don't want the cubes to be too tiny. You want them to be, maybe 1 by 1.5.
It's a hearty cube.
It looks about bite-sized.
About bite-sized.
Food inspector.
Yeah, is that gonna be all right
inspector
for us?
over
I was just making sure it was the right size this time.
Yeah.
But Jason, you don't get to just stand here and look pretty this time. You
not
have to
this
work.
time. That's this guy's job. It's a food inspector's
No.
job. All right, you're
Bo's
putting me
gonna
to
have
work.
to hold that down. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're starting out with 3 pretty simple ingredients. We've got 8 ounces of cream cheese. We've got 1/4 cup of sugar that's gonna go, you can put it in there.
Yep.
And then you're just
Dump
gonna
it right in?
Yeah, and then I've got some whipped cream that I've mixed. This is about 2 cups of whipped cream that I mixed to
Dump it
soft
right in.
peaks. And then Jason, if you would just mix this up,
What setting do I put it on?
You can start at 2. Don't ever start on high.
Okay.
Just start low. Can always
You
go
always gotta
faster
ease
if you
into
need
it,
to.
Jason.
I
Well.
mean, and act like you mean it. You
Okay.
gotta get it
I
in
mean
there.
I'm getting it right
You
in
can
there.
also turn the bowl.
Okay. Yep.
If that helps you. All you're looking to do is
I'm
create
cooking.
a smooth mixture without lumps right now and get that sugar incorporated.
Okay.
And as soon as it's incorporated,
Oh
you're
my
going to
gosh.
start slowly adding some.
It's incorporating. Yep.
It is
Whipped cream.
incorporating.
S corp. I think it's going for.
It'll go public as soon as we're
So
done.
I'm going to add just, you don't want to put all this whipped cream in there. What's going to happen is you're going to end up with just lumps of cream cheese. Start slow, but when you finish, you're going to do this by hand. So we'll go a little bit more.
Yep. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Starting
Look
to
at that. I
look
don't know if the camera
good.
can see that I'm doing things. Just let it be known.
He's doing things.
I'm doing things.
Earning his keep finally.
Right? Okay, that's looking pretty good. So you
Okay.
can turn that off.
Great.
And we'll
Going
just
to
put that
hand.
aside. You can put that right here.
Or can I be the spatula?
Bo, yeah, why don't you need to be folding this?
No, I
So-
just want to.
No, it's your turn.
I
Get
want
in
to
here.
lick
Get
the
in here.
beaters.
Get in here.
Like
So
when
do
I
you
was
know-
a kid.
So when you're going to fold something, I'll give you my quick folding lesson. You want to think about it like a J. Well, it's going to be upside down J for you. And you just want to turn the bowl a quarter turn
put the
and make a
goop
J. Straight
on
through the
top of the
middle,
other
fold it over.
All right.
And when that's kind of incorporated, you can keep adding the rest of the whipped cream.
So then we layer
So
it
while
up,
he's
right?
doing that,
Yeah.
you can start with this. This is our simple syrup. What this is it's a combination of half sugar and half strawberry liqueur.
Am I going in here?
Yep, and you just kind of want to
Did I hear
moisten the
liqueur?
cake crumbs. Yeah, strawberry liqueur, and I just brought it to a boil for a minute. And what this does is keeps the cake moist, but it also adds a flavor component. And then what we're going to do is start layering this fruit. We're going to start with the blueberries. And the way I like to do this is I start with like the outside because you really want to see the layers as you build these up.
Right, okay.
So start with the outside and then sprinkle a couple in the middle and you'll be good to go.
Like I got brought in to finish Jason's dirty
Thank
work.
you. You're excellent at this. I think we're good.
Okay.
Thanks, Bo.
Folded up.
Folded. Okay, so while he's putting in blueberries, I'm going to talk about my fancy equipment here. My good old Ziploc bag.
Nice.
I always, even me, I'm a professional pastry chef, but I do get caught without a pastry bag at home. This is the oldest trick in the book. If you've got a Ziploc gallon bag or another, storage container, you can actually just open it up, put your cream in there, and cut off the tip.
Snip.
I should
this
add,
good?
that looks great.
Okay.
Perfect. So I should add that you do not have to use a piping bag. It's just a little easier to get it into this bowl if you've got it where you can direct it a little bit. So then we're going to go with this cream. And this is some that I made a little earlier. All right, so I know it doesn't look very exciting inside that bowl, but you're just going to layer it up. So the thing I like to do next to kind of give this a little bit more interest, and you can kind of flatten this out a little bit if you're neurotic
Perfectionist.
like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a real fancy treatment with the strawberries next.
Fancy
Ooh,
treatment.
fancy treatment.
So we'll take these strawberries and I'll work one side if you want to work the other. We can get these in here quick.
Tag team.
People
And
say
then-
that all the time to me.
What you're going to do is use these half strawberries.
Oh, the halves, okay.
The sliced
Gotcha,
ones go
yep.
later. And then we're just going to stand these up like little
Soldiers.
soldiers around the bowl.
It looks so festive.
And it really does make a big difference when you take the time to do this. Strawberries
Absolutely,
are,
because the presentation is a huge part of cooking.
yeah, this is like having a kitchen with no doors on your cabinets. You got to make it all look pretty
Make
because
it
you're
look pretty.
seeing everything from the side. Okay, awesome, that worked out well. And then basically what you're going to do is just keep going that same way. You're going to build this up kind of lasagna style. So that's what we're up to.
Awesome. And you're going to build one of these for us, and then I'm hoping we're going to get to try this
You will
before
definitely
we leave,
be able to try
leave the
this.
show today. Awesome. Tammy
Absolutely.
Barney is here, Bo and me, and we're all working together to create this dish. Thanks for being here. Everyone else, stick around. We got more exciting things happening right here on Later with Jason Suel. This here's the Truman Rail Boys with Lou's Calling. Hell!
bottle in my right hand, going steady as I can. In the corner of my eye I see the devil's looking right at me, and I know he's pulling me down, pulling me down.
There's an old brown six string on my back. I'm traveling west, I'm a one-man pack. Jesus on the main line talking to me, but the devil's on my shoulder and he started to say,
keep coming, keep coming on. 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 Well, it's hot in the valley and it's hot in my head. Sick in the head if I can play with lead. Too much to decide, not solely the blues, but it's gun on my back, but it sure shoots true. Keep coming, keep coming on. 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 On a bottle in my right hand, going steady as I can. In the corner of my eye I see the devil's looking right at me, and I know he's pulling me down. I know he's pulling me down, and 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 I know he's pulling me down, pulling me down.
Feels like slow motion, like done and slowly.
Thanks for watching Later with Jason Suel. We want to make sure we thank our guests, Dayton Castleman.
Tammy Varney and this trifle.
Oh my gosh, and look, we have little travel-sized trifles. Liam Odell.
Our guest bassist tonight, Garrett Jones.
All the folks who did stuff outside of the studio, like Donald Farf, Lisa Brent's Recycle Team 6, Instagrampa.
And the Truman Rail Boys.
Absolutely. Thank you for sticking around, everybody. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Nailed it.
This episode of Later with Jason Suel brought to you by Cheerios,
one of the oldest cereals.
The Walmart Museum,
one of the oldest retailers.
Old Buildings LLC,
they're old.
And the Elder Company.
Not just for old people.